From the gates of Shalkafla to the high heavens true, with all my power, I will always seek thee.
With all my power, I will always seek thee. Oh. Jesus. What was that?
One cold morning, I awoke with a start out of a dream. Still dazed by the fresh-flowing cortisol to my brain, I could hear the voice still ringing in my ears. A strange sensation. I dreamt about golden scales writhing in a spiral, all the while hearing a voice repeating words. My voice. It had been as if I was hearing myself from some far-off shore reciting a strange poem. Having no idea what this meant, but still remembering the words, I decided to jot them down and read them back.
To the high heavens, true. With all my power, I will always seek thee. The fuck?
Confused, and not really able to make heads or tails out of this, I put the note in my pocket and got ready for the day, dismissing this as just another dream.
Huh. Okay. Very well. Alright. Maybe I'll go to Guglovo and see if the sheep are home this time. This time around, they better be home. If they're not home this time around, I'm gonna be losing it.
I was heading back north, attempting to reach the Temple of Selene and see if I could find Raven. Knowing its reaction last time, I was half expecting Sethis to put up a fight about this. But so far, I'd not heard anything from the mysterious resident of my mind palace since I woke up. I wondered if the dream had anything to do with this. But no sooner had I started to wonder about esoteric things than I once again spotted the gates of Guglovo, home of the Black Sheep. This time, the barriers of the compound were filled in, and I had to circle around to see if I could find anyone home.
Oh. What is this? Welcome to Guglovo, home of the Black Sheep. Take what you need from shelters and leave what you don't. Don't be a cunt. Keep your guns holstered to shut all those. All house doors. Okay. Oh. Oh, I guess I am allowed in here.
Inside the walled settlement, a public area had been cordoned off, where visitors could quench their thirst, relax in the shade, and resupply out of what others had left in shelters gathered around the trunk of a massive tree. It all spoke volumes about the hospitality of the Black Sheep. There was also a bulletin board tucked away in a corner, which caught my interest.
Good. Alright, let's look at these notes. God, there's so many notes here.
Letters to loved ones, posted guard duty rosters, invitations to other groups, and more than one greeting to the sheep. But what really caught my eye was the fact that someone had gone through the trouble of updating the map with the current locations and positions for major groups and points of interest, and posted the current map on the wall for everyone to share in. This was a massive stroke of luck. I copied everything over to my personal map and studied it. The changes were many, most notable of which was the fact that big groups like New Brenna and the Merrymen were no longer present on the map. Even more surprising was the fact that even the carnival was completely gone. Moreover, the 506 had seemingly pulled their forces out of both Pustoshka and Stary Sobor, centering their domain around the only bastion they had left, their old Free State capital city of Zelenogorsk. New groups had also sprung up, like the Spades that Harriet told me about, but also groups like Eclipse and Odyssey, groups nobody had mentioned to me, and as such, I viewed them with the customary guarded caution as deserved when unknown factors were in play. However, one final thing of note was the fact that the village finally was visible on the map. No longer situated atop Mount Klen, the village had apparently relocated to an old summer camp just outside... yeah, the ruins of what used to be New Hope. So very long ago. As I was lost in thought, I didn't notice that someone had crept up on me and was staring at me over by a fence section.
Oh, hello.
Hey there.
Wait. Oh, are you the black sheep?
Yes.
Oh, well, nice to finally meet you.
I saw you enter, Guglovo. I've seen you sneaking around the walls.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Watched you.
Yeah, I tried to shout out and call out to people, but I didn't hear anybody. So I was like, okay, nobody home.
Welcome to Guglovo, home of the black sheep.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. My name is Ego.
There you go. Bob's.
Nice to finally meet you. I've heard some good things about the black sheep from the Fireflies. I'm pretty good friends with them.
Old friends, fireflies.
Yeah? Are you the only one here?
For now.
Alright.
Bob's was a peculiar fellow. He was dragging his words, and it felt like every sentence came only reluctantly. His manner was actually so off-putting that I kept thinking that I had actually trespassed on private property, and he was just trying to think about a suitable punishment while stalling. But after a while, Bob seemed to warm a bit.
Well, if you look closely, we have all kinds of spots around. 8 stations, small ones. And Guglovo was never locked, fully locked.
Okay, okay.
You need any food, Ego?
Um,
Be some here.
well, to tell you the truth, I've already kind of gone by, those, shelters and looked through and found some pumpkin.
Hey, maybe you're interested in some Guglovo spots. Come over. Have a look. See.
Oh,
2 days ago it was full of spuds, but I did some delivery to Pusta, Firefly's place.
okay, okay.
Well, civilization might not have all the bells and whistles back yet, but it did at least look like commerce was back up and running. Bob showed me his delivery truck, which he used to supply potatoes to other settlements, and invited me to take a few for the road.
Alright, that'll have to do for now. Thank you very much. I want to say, I helped myself to some prime fish in your shelters before.
I told Bob's about the unbelievably tasty experience that their cooked fish had bestowed upon me the last time I was here.
I wanted to return the favor. So, in a fitting gesture, I want to give you this. A tackle box.
Well, I know who would take this. Lindy, our black sheep. He's the fisherman.
Yeah. Go ahead, give it to him. Tell him I say hi.
Sure.
Remembering what Pete had said about the black sheep being Scandinavian, I made a point to ask Bob's about it.
We have Lindy boy here in that house living. He's from Sweden.
Oh, he is!
I know in the past. Then there's my brother Brock. He's from Sweden. And we have Uncle Finn, who's from Finland. And then we have Echo, our maestro, the music guy. He's from Finland.
Wow. So there's like a veritable enclave of my kinfolk here. Very nice, very nice. I'm trying to, I'm going to see if I can make it up to the wolves next. There's a woman there that I want to see and if I can reconnect with.
Ah, those lovely ladies. Yes.
I'm gonna try at least. All right. Well, I won't keep you anymore. I hope everything goes well with your business and all that. Whatever it is. All right. Well, thank you for the spuds. They will come very well in handy.
Before I left Guglovo, Bob's had a parting gift for me.
Here, relax with the strawberry sheep.
Oh, well, thank you. Good lord, good lord.
Grown in Guglovo soil, pure sativa. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Well, tell you what, I will save this for a special occasion.
Ah, yes. I'd never really been one for smoking the bud. I'd tried it in high school, almost puked out my entrails, and that was that. Then, back in New Hope, some of my buddies back then had tried to convince me of the rewards of getting high.
I got some purple fusion too, bro.
Ooh,
I'll give you
we're
some
working
purple
together.
tonight, bro. But, yeah,
No shit.
I'll
I need
give
to
you like 4
film
joints, bro. Get you
Yeah, me and Tom, we went up in the
I need
skies
to-
and back down.
I don't know. I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this, guys. You know, like...
When Tom-
Hey, we can't be smoking if we're gonna trade.
Thank you guys for saving my life.
No worries.
Yeah, we can.
Just don't do it again.
With us, we'll roll joints right in front of
I
them.
mean,
What are they gonna
I
say?
was gonna say I got 3 buds on me, so
Dude, I got a bed full, bud. Plus, I got like 6 bricks.
Are we having a butt off here?
Yeah.
You too. Like, Zai's been trying to get me to start with that stuff for ages now. I'm still, like, resisting. You know?
Yeah.
I know. I tried past you, and you still won't smoke with me.
Yeah, I know.
After all, let's be fair, we were pretty much informed of the fact that New Hope consisted of a bunch of potheads when we joined them. That was pretty much their thing. But as I told them, beer was about as far as I went when it came to winding down with substances. However, I didn't want to offend Bob's, and so I accepted it nevertheless. I mean, who knew? Maybe it could come in handy as trade.
Well, thank you very much for your hospitality. And have a good night, and take care.
See you around, Ego. Oh,
Yeah.
see you around. Oh, goddamn.
Oh,
I'll see you around, Ego.
Yeah, take care, and stay safe. Be careful if it's like, you know, somebody dubious you're doing business with or, you know, having a meeting with. Always have a backup plan.
Oh, I know, Ego.
Alright. Well, take care. Have a
I
good
know.
one.
Hey, look who finally woke up.
Now, what would that have accomplished? Meh, let them. I can't help it if I'm a sexy boy.
That got me quiet. For all of its contempt and bile, Sethis did have a point. I was being too careless and needed to be more guarded. It wasn't all fun and games around here, but it was hard to make necessary adjustments when you were naturally a sociable guy. And I didn't think I needed to be guarded since Sethis was keeping me alive these days. Then again, I had no clue as to exactly how it did that. So for all I knew, that might be a more difficult process than I realized. Moreover, I wasn't particularly keen on getting killed either, despite my questionable status as a mortal. I remember being almost blown to bits at Zolotar. What little I could remember of that result was not desirable under any circumstances. It had been loads of pain and blood, broken legs and shrapnel embedded in my body. I couldn't imagine being riddled with bullets would be any more comfortable regardless of survivability.
Alright, so that was Bob's, eh? Nice guy. Even if he was a man of few words. Altar. Nice. Makes it, I think we're halfway to the wolves. Ah! Ah, fucks.
Yep, I should have seen this coming. Talking about going to the wolves was a big no-no. But in my mind, I had reached a conclusion that even Sethis couldn't deny.
Look, you want me to find Max Hatter, right? You want me to kill him? Is that it? Well, I can't do that if you don't allow me to go wherever I need to go. I mean, what if he is at the Temple of Selene and you keep me from finding him because you have a prissy attitude about other deities?
The silence was tangible, but I knew it was listening.
Hey, Snake Boy, I'm talking to you. You know I'm right about this.
But be quick. I cannot stand those worshippers.
And irrefutable logic unlocks the door. How about that?
Alright. That's more like it.
As my mind was preoccupied with figurative wolves, I suddenly got reminded of actual wolves.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. God damn you, wolves. Wait, there's a deer stand somewhere here, right? Okay, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Oh yeah, yeah! How about that, you sons of bitches? I'm on a freaking rock. You don't scare me.
Standing on that rock for maybe 10 minutes, I was convinced that the pack of furry death dealers had lost me.
No, I don't think they're coming. Ugh.
I thought I was in the clear. But then,
What is that? Oh, you piece of shit. You fuckers. Oof. Oh shit! Here they come. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Please tell me they ran away.
they did. But I also realized that I did not have any more bandages or rags.
Oh, fucking god, I don't have any... Oh no, this is bad, this is bad. I'm gonna have to... Fuck. This is really bad. I have nothing to bandage myself with. Nothing. God damn it. Wait, okay, no, I'm sorry, I can't... I have to. There's only one way.
Sadly, I had to say goodbye to my neat patrol jacket.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. There we go. Alright. Well,
While the crisis was averted, I knew I had lost too much blood. I was about to go through the same kind of stint of losing consciousness several times that I had witnessed Ash experiencing down in Electro. I needed a safe place to hunker down for a while. As luck would have it, the Novilug field was home to one single homestead for a fair distance around, and it was not too far off. I made my way over there as quickly as I could.
well, it doesn't look like anybody's there. Very good. Fucking wolf country, I told you so. Actually, I might have to stay here for a little bit. Recuperate.
I stayed at that house for quite a while, eating wolf meat and potatoes to get my strength back, while also making sure to rest up. During this time, I took the chance to reach out and see if there were civil-minded people out there who could render assistance with saline.
Breaker, this is Ego. Looking for some friendlies out there. Come back. Repeat, this is Ego. I'm in need of assistance. Over.
But only the silence of static answered me. Eventually, I found myself healed enough to continue the journey. Running up Black Mountain, in between the trees I could see Zolotar Castle perched on the peak. Approaching it, however, made Sethes unnerved.
Disgusting place.
Really? And it was here you crossed over from the void. You know, they did you a favor.
You should never have been here, little man. They were unaware as to my presence. But I would still be sleeping if it hadn't been for your need for vengeance. I owe you more than I owe them.
Before I could answer, I heard disturbing noises from the inside.
Oh my god.
Zombies? On the inside? Could the plague finally have taken the wolves?
Don't tell me they've succumbed to the zombie virus.
Good riddance.
Hello? Anybody home? Alright.
I wasn't sure if this meant that all of them were dead or if they had left their compound and locked their deceased members inside. But Seth's aversion could only be resisted for so long. I had to get moving. Coming down Black Mountain on the north slope, I was fairly distressed. Had Runa been infected? Had Raven?
God damn it. What the hell should I do now?
I was very concerned for Raven, but I had no way of knowing her fate. I couldn't get inside the compound, and without any other leads, I was at a loss for what to do. Eventually, however, I decided to visit Austria while I was here. Though my mind was heavy, I realized that trying to replace my jacket was quite possibly the most productive thing I could do right now. At the old cabin in Krasno Valley, I found a leaflet from some old friends of mine.
Comrades, the time is ripe. Join the revolution. Okay. Yeah, sure. But where? They're leaving calls for the masses here, but they've forgotten completely to tell everybody where they are. I love that. Come, comrade. Join us today. Where? I don't know. It's up to you to find out. You know, before we can get you trained and join the cause, you will have to find us in the ancient art of hide and seek. You know, to show your worthiness. Because you know what they say, a Mosin is nothing compared to the mindset of a preschooler. Jesus.
Oh, I sent the Legion a warm thought of gratitude, as this facepalm moment made me smile and scattered my dark thoughts for a while. As I made the climb up Austria Hill, I arrived at some kind of fortified radio station. But before I could investigate, I was suddenly kind of ambushed.
Hello? Oh?
Hello? Anybody there?
Oh?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you scared me. Oh. Hello there.
The guy's name was Kanan, and he told me he was a remnant of a group simply called the Survivors, since most of them had been free roamers with no particular leader. The one person who did keep them together had suddenly decided to leave them, and as soon as that happened, they all went their separate ways.
But, I've got quite a lot of friends around these lands, like, so I'm never actually really alone.
Alright, cool. Do you know the wolves, for instance?
The wolves. Yes, I know the wolves.
Alright, how should I take that?
Well, me and Runa are kinda in a conflict.
You don't like the wolves, huh?
No.
Kanan told his tale about how he had been shot by Runa at the Spades base for, according to her, speaking without compassion, something which Kanan called a load of horse manure, as he was insistent that it had been, in fact, the enigmatic Vadim that had been the less than respectful vocal one. This made me frown. Runa? A point-blank killer? This didn't sound like the Runa I had known. I thought the wolves were peace-loving, if anarchistic, spiritualists. But if this was true, it showed a blatant disregard for human life.
I told you, never trust a wolf.
Had I been away for too long?
Some stuff happened then with, the Merry Men, and, there was a war between FL, the Forsaken Loyalists, and the Merry Men, and that sort of steered pot up and around Novo. So I kind of just went on the hiding in for a bit, and I have came back. My friend Jerem left these lands because we did a lot of trading with large groups. We had a bit of a business going with selling guns. I do sell a bit of weed here and there, but at the minute my weed operation is kind of on hold until conflict ends with Rue. She's not the nicest of people. She may look it, she may sound it, but deep down she's a evil person. She kills people at will, she raids her friends, takes shit. She makes too many enemies. Not so long ago there, she actually went to war with a group called the 506 and the Boys of Brenna, two large southern factions.
Kanan went on to paint an even grimmer picture about how Runa apparently had gone on the warpath and attacked both the 506 and Boys of Brenna, essentially biting off more than even a wolf could chew. This made me anxious. Could it be that Raven, as a wolf of Selene, had been sent to her death in a poorly planned war of aggression?
Yeah. I mean, I was actually looking for the wolves because I was looking for one of their members, who happens to be a good friend of mine. I don't really know Runa that well, So I can't really say that. You know, I don't really have any dealings with them like that. But I was looking for Raven, but
Raven?
yeah.
I've never heard of a person in their group called Raven.
Okay. It's interesting. She was with the wolves when I left.
I think I might have heard of a Raven that used to live down in the Boys of Brenna with a witch, but it could be a different Raven altogether.
Oh? Raven? Had gone to the Boys of Brenna. So she might have survived after all. It would track. I remember her being something of a restless soul, moving from place to place, switching groups constantly. I was ecstatic. This meant that there was a good chance that my misgivings were unfounded. I wanted to shout out of happiness, but I did compose myself. It did, after all, also mean that I had to backtrack again and return back down south. But hey, as payment for finding someone you care about alive goes, I'll take it any day of the week.
But, Mr. Ego, I hope to meet you again some other day, and I will see you around.
Oh,
Bye
absolutely.
for now.
That was just, what was your name?
Kanan,
Kanan. Okay. Oh, well, nice to meet you, Kanan.
don't get me confused with Cain, the Messiah from Black Sun. We're two different people.
That
a
was-
lot of people seem to get us mixed up.
Yeah, that was kind of why I asked, but yeah, okay, good to know.
Right, see you around.
Take care. Actually, who lives here? Flint's Tower. Okay.
After a quick visit to the Austri barracks, I began my journey down south once more, this time making sure I stayed well away from wolf country. The trip itself was fairly uneventful, though I did stumble onto a new jacket, fought even more wolves despite going out of my way to avoid them, and I ended up listening in on some radio chatter at one point, which unwittingly informed me of the general consensus about one hitherto unknown group, Odyssey.
North of Severograd, and the city that the map may refer to as Kalinovka, that place is known as Brixton. The Odyssey live up there. They're good people. We're kind of dark armbands with like a purple bit on it.
Oh. Brixton. Huh. Good to know.
It's always, when you're in the area, it's always good to stop by there in case someone might be around.
As it was with me making the journey of northeast to southwest, I realized that I would pass by the stronghold of one group that I hadn't encountered since my very first time in these lands, the Lost Legion. Though their recruitment notes left something to be desired, I had the advantage of knowing from my first-hand meeting with Otis and Paul Bunyan that the Legion was in fact based at Sub Castle, which was right in my travel path. I decided to check in and see how they were doing and if they remembered me, assuming they were still based in that location, of course.
Maybe they're still around. Hello, anybody home? Are you kidding me? Is this like...
General Bunyan of the Lost Legion, accompanied by Black Sheep.
Hey! Is that Paul Bunyan?
Hey, come around to the front.
Yes, it is Paul Bunyan.
Nice, nice. Alright, hang on. I'll come to the front. If I can find... Hello?
Hey there.
Who's this?
Hello.
Hey, my name is Ego. I met you before, Paul.
Ego. It's been a long time no see. I think I was living in Cannery Row at the time, wasn't I?
A very long time. I met you and Otis.
Oh, yeah, so I just joined the Legion. Come on in, Ego, come on in.
Alright. I hope I'm not interrupting
Alright,
anything.
Have you heard anything from Mr.
Here, Black Sheep might have
no,
a
man.
question for you.
Oh, Black. Hey, Bobs.
Yes,
Yes,
we're
yes,
gonna,
Figure out if he
yes,
knows
we're
anything
gonna head
about
back to
Alistair
Google.
or heard any. See you later at Google.
Take care, guys.
You need anything? Food?
Complimentary
piece of chicken.
Pops,
Well, thank you very much.
I don't
That's
want to
always
close the door on
appreciated.
you good?
The men of the Red Star, clothed in gray Russian military overcoats as they were, offered me food and beverage as per the customary socialist fashion, and then Paul began retelling his tale about the recent history of the Legion. Apparently, Fryer leaving the group had been the start of a somewhat substantial decline in the group's presence in the lands. As a consequence of that, Otis was nowhere to be found anymore, which saddened me, as I wanted to hear him sing. Even Bunyan himself had made a northern trip to sort of collect himself and prepare for a new mustering.
When Fryer left, that was probably the start of our decay. He had good ideas, but was turned down too often by others in the group.
Yeah, I actually met him after I met you. And he did say that his ideas were like a little bit too radical. His words.
I wouldn't say that. But when Fryer left, it I think a bit of the Lost Legion left with him. And when Otis had left in the night, that hit me pretty hard because he was the one who basically recruited me.
I see.
But he seems to have been taking a long nap. Hasn't been around.
I gotcha. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I feel like the fucking wolves are following me everywhere today.
Yeah, no, it's
was a
Black Sheep
whistle.
with the whistle. Yeah.
Oh, was it? God damn it. There are whistles that can do that.
Yes. There's whistles.
Good
Make
lord.
the sound of a wolf. Well, you want to know what ran us into the ground? I'd say it was leadership, mainly.
Leadership.
Nothing against Steven entirely, but he had seemed to want to flee from the idea of the Lost Legion and the SCPA.
Okay, so
Started,
Steven was the old leader.
Yes, he had taken over leadership after Fryer had left.
Okay.
Yeah, he had separated from the communist ways, as it seems, and he had reformed the group into the Mantle.
Oh.
When I had returned, the Mantle was only around for about a week, and then dismantled.
From what I could tell, like, people told me that you were in charge, and that you have been in charge for a little while now.
Yes, I've been in charge since December.
Oh. I don't know. Are, like, congratulations in order, or is it, like, tragic, or, you know?
Depends on how you look at it. I don't congratulate myself, but sometimes a pat on the back is needed for all the work that I have accomplished.
So what are you guys up to now, then?
Well, I have started implementing the quote-unquote radical ideas of Fryer, the policies that I believed were needed.
What do they entail?
Well, we believe that religion is the opium of the masses, and we are closing up churches from starting with the nearest ones that are nearest to us.
Apparently, the Lost Legion had taken it upon themselves to prosecute a secular campaign, as religion en masse had been branded as their enemy. I wondered about what this would mean for spiritual groups leaning heavily on faith, such as the Wolves of Selene.
So is it your aim to, like, you know, shut down all the churches across the land or something like that?
Well, you know, it's hard to combat religion on a mass scale when it has
True,
plagued South Zagoria to such an extent. But, so, I use this as an example. There are religious men that I don't prosecute. But at the same time, there will be a time for changes to be needed and more radical ideas to come about.
Radical was right. I was even told that the Legion had built a gulag of sorts, prison cells down by the old red brick tourist center adjoining Sub Castle. They weren't fucking around.
You know, through the things I have seen and witnessed, I have believed that a more direct approach is needed with the Lost Legion, and you know, I think we have been used and abused at times, and I don't want to see that in the future.
Okay.
Even by our own leadership, withholding information and not doing what's best for the people of South Zagoria. When it comes down to it, Stephen was corrupted by the cult of Papa.
Really?
The cult of Papa. I'd heard of them before. Whatever threats were posed by groups like the Bagheads or Masquerade paled next to the psycho-religious cult of Papa. In a bad time with bad groups, they had been the worst, performing human sacrifices and torture acts to appease their twisted deity known as Papa. Legend went that they performed such unspeakable acts that even certain hardcore bandit groups joined the statewide alliance to eradicate them from the face of the lands. They were said to be long gone now, but from my own experience with certain indoctrinated fanatics, people with that mindset tended to pop up like diseases whenever you least expected them to.
And I would ask if you ever come across Stephen on your travels to not repeat what I had just said.
Oh, no.
But tell him to come up to Zoob. I've been meaning to talk to him.
Alright. So, any known enemies, friends, allies right now? How are you faring?
At the moment, we have no direct enemies other than Forsaken Loyalists who ambushed us on the coast one day in a car.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, and dark as midnight, we don't have any enemies pertaining right now to us.
A little bit of an information check here. Have you ever, like, encountered a group known as Eclipse?
I have. What do you know about Eclipse, my friend?
That was actually what I was going to ask you, because they're a totally unknown factor to me. So I have no, like, idea what they're all about. I just saw them on the map. You know?
Well, Eclipse is a new group starting off the shoulders of Black Sun, it seems, which was also a new group, which was constructed by a lot of old renegades of, so to speak, people from different groups, even ours.
But what are they all about? Like, what's their MO?
You know, I'm not 100% on that. I do know they enforce their borders and their land to the highest extent, to the point to where you need a ID card or to go up to their base, stay on the trails, don't go through the woods, get to their base and ask them for an ID card would be your best bet.
Okay. Not that I had any plans on meeting them, but I was thinking, like, if they... I kind of get the vibes, like Eclipse and all that. It feels like very culty. I was thinking if you had, like, any beef with them, since you're, like, opposite to religion, you know?
Well, you know, Black Sun was on my radar, so...
I got you.
I don't know what Eclipse is standing for right now, if they're a cult, a bunch of religious zealots, like Dark Angels and Wolves of Selene, or what.
Oh yeah, the wolves.
I know Odyssey has been concerning me recently.
Odyssey?
Their relationship with the wolves. Yes, Odyssey, out of all people. The men from North I'd like to remain friends with no matter what, but seems like that might come to an end. We'll see.
Yeah, about Odyssey, that's the other group that I actually have never like had any interactions with or anything like that. Like, what's your take on them?
I'd say they're fairly good. I'd say they might be misguided. Actually, they are misguided in my eyes, but they might be misguided from their own path.
Paul didn't really elaborate on why Odyssey had crept onto his radar, but I got the impression that having good ties with the wolves while most other groups were either at odds with them or trying to distance themselves from them, Odyssey had kind of painted themselves into a corner and gotten stuck in the middle. Classic case of suspicion by affiliation.
Definitely be cautious with the wolves. From what I've gathered from the people, they seem to be greedy and power hungry. If they see a weak spot, they will use it to their advantage and take whatever is needy. Whatever they're needing anyway. Cars, guns.
Really? Huh.
The evidence is piling on.
I was loath to admit it, but it didn't look good. Everywhere I turned, people were telling me about how the wolves of Zelene had changed. Now, I was even told that they were suspected of taking possessions of others, getting ever so much closer to being branded outright bandits. Maybe Harry had been right about them. Maybe this had been inevitable.
Oh, by the way, you don't happen to have... Sorry for like switching the subject, but regarding trade, you don't happen to have a shemagh?
Very, I've been finding a lot of police crashes recently. I have a lot that are not being used.
Could I trouble you for one?
I could probably
grab
fill
the
the crate
mana
with them at
shemagh.
this point. Specific color you want? I mean, we really only have purples and reds, but you can dye them.
Oh, okay. I was thinking green, but yeah, I'll take anyone right now.
Look a lot better green.
Yeah, I was looking for the green, but okay, let's try the red.
I only find reds and
Yeah, no worries, no
purples,
worries.
sadly. I have a
there you
a
go.
tannish orange one.
Although,
Like,
yeah. Let's try that one. This is way too much damn.
Alright.
So, no.
Nah.
Oh, good lord.
Damn can't be the only ones rocking the red.
No,
I've always
true.
said that.
True. I'm gonna try to make my way southwest. I'm looking for a friend of mine called Raven. Last I heard, well, actually, when I met her, she was with the wolves, but when I went up there and talked to that guy, Kanan, I think it was, he said that he knew of a Raven, but she was not with the wolves anymore. She'd been running with the boys of Brenna. So I'm gonna head down to that region and see if I can find her.
Oh, your best
Last
bet's
I
talking to
seen her,
Vanguard
she-
then.
last time I seen her, she was near Vanguard.
Oh,
Just hanging out with them. I don't think she's a member or anything, but
oh, did you see her?
Finally, an eyewitness who could confirm it. Raven was alive and well.
might be with Vanguard. I mean, that's probably your
Ah.
best bet. They live where Wizard Rennie used to live.
Okay, yeah, that checks out. That's exactly what I assumed. Well, what's your take on Vanguard?
I don't know yet, really. They want to gain my trust, but they'll have to earn it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they were calling me. They called Chase and I. They said our intentions seemed more like a crazy little Austrian man with a mustache, more than true forms of communism. And looked at them a little differently since then.
Ah, perfect.
But I tried
Just where I
reassuring
left it.
them that that's definitely not the case.
Jesus.
Fucking. So no, ego. They suspect me and accuse me of being a fascist, and then they ask me to join a fucking defense pact, and they think I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I mean, That's not the way to go. I get it. I get it.
And so I got handed the spoken for shemagh, and at long last my fashion crisis was over. Admittedly, it wasn't exactly the color I'd wished, but at least it didn't scream neon color. The tan palette was perfectly acceptable, and it was warm and toasty, making me snug as a bug.
That looks alright.
Yeah, that
looks
works.
really good.
Thank you very much. You have no idea how long I've been looking for this. Good lord. Does anybody want a denim jacket?
No. Get it on the garage.
Oh my god, I
Holy
threw...
fuck, he did it.
What an arm.
Got an arm like Brady, you know?
Paul continued voicing his concern about who exactly the Legion was going to work with going forward, while Vanguard talked the talk. Calling a communist a fascist was about as productive to friendly relations with the Legion as filling up water tanks and fire trucks with gasoline was to putting out a fire. While history was full across the board of leaders who had gone mad with power and institutionalized tyranny, the concepts themselves couldn't be more opposite.
You know, it's funny, because it's not even, you know, the Fireflies and us haven't even been seeing eye to eye recently, but I'd much rather sign a defense pact with the Fireflies and Black Sheep over two groups that had just appeared down here in the South that I have no no recognition of who they are or what their true motive.
Very, very true. Have you talked to them yet about this?
I haven't. Right now, you know, I do see Vanguard being able to work their way towards a more friendly relationship with us. So I'd advise you to keep that between us for now.
All right. I was just going to suggest, if you want to, I could always bring a message to the Fireflies, if that was the case.
Oh, the Fireflies. I don't have Bob's on it right now with Black Sheep.
Okay.
He should be delivering my message any minute.
Damn it, stealing my job. Okay. Yeah, I like to do.
We also have
couriers.
Postmaster Patty down in Mogilevka, who's a courier by trade.
Oh, god damn it! Everybody's taking my job opportunities. All right. Yeah, I should probably be on my way now, but it was really nice meeting you again.
Yeah.
Good to know that you're still around.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good seeing you again, Ego. Seriously, was. Come back on by the castle anytime. If you need anything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Here.
Much appreciated.
Oh,
thank you. Much appreciated.
And Chase, if you want to get the gate for our man here.
Red Keep. Okay, so this is called Red Keep.
Yes. Briar named it Red Keep way back when.
All right.
Alrighty, you go.
Yeah. Take care, you guys. And once again, thank you for the shemagh.
Of course.
That made my day, honestly. Not gonna lie.
For the people.
Have a good one. Take care.
Have a good one, Ego.
Stay safe, Ego.
Bye-bye.
And so I left Red Keep and continued down southwest on my journey to Komarovo. However, having scaled these lands up and down had made me tired, and the day didn't have long left. I was closing in on the south coast, but traveling during the night was dangerous, as the creepers could hear us better than we could see them. Once the sun had gone down, I decided to get some sleep in an empty roadside house. I made sure to check that it was clear, and then let my backpack fall to the floor. I truly had no energy to spare. But the day had one more curiosity of note in store for me. On the kitchen table lay another one of those daily news periodicals. And one of the articles truly made me distressed. "1 week old now, the event in question had nevertheless brought developments to their boiling point. Apparently, the Wolves of Selene had finally outright attacked Vanguard, Greenie's new group, seemingly without provocation. The last stated whereabouts of Greenie was at the temple, where he allegedly is reported to have met with the wolves. I could only imagine what was going through his mind, but I could relate. Ideally, if conflicts could be ended with words, it was always best to seek such solutions. I just hoped he was okay. Old friends at each other's throats brought me low and despondent. And this last mood of the day was most likely what caused me to yet again dream dreams with no rhyme or reason. As if something out of a forgotten memory, words drifted to me once again across the ethereal waves crashing beneath and before me. Words spoken by someone who sounded familiar. Ego. The time has come for me to make your quest. You are now ready to see. I am giving you the sight, the second sight. As with all things spiritual, it is not an exact science, so it will not work all the time. But if certain conditions align, this gift may aid you in finding the one you seek.